Hi there, it's Lori, and I'm here with, I guess I can tell this story. I get a phone call from my granddaughter, who is 3, every time she poops in the potty, because, yes, we're going through that phase. It's a whole thing. She had the regression because her brother was born, and you know how it goes. And it's been, anyway, it's been a challenge, but yes, I look forward to my phone calls from my granddaughter because that means she's moving forward with that. No call tonight though, so or last night, by the way. Anyway, she very much appreciates the prizes that she gets. She's mostly gotten the surprise dinosaurs. She said she's gotten Triceratops and T-Rexes. There's supposed to be 6 possible different dinos in there, but Triceratops is her favorite. She also loves T-Rex, so she's good with it. I do not believe she's gotten a Diplodocus yet, or a Brachiosaurus for that matter. Anyway, I was emailing back and forth with Chuck, or Long Cool Woman, because we were talking about something else, but I said, hey, I am not sure what I should do for tomorrow's video. Or now it's today's, well, the one you're seeing right now. And I said, what are you curious? What would you like to see from me? Because, this is my t-shirt again. Why did I not wear this on a tea day? Because I'm crazy. No, I'm silly. And I'm not always detail oriented enough. Hard to believe, right? I know you've seen my work, so, but no, I'm not detail oriented enough sometimes. Anyway, Chuck said, what about your whips? I'm like, oh, my work's in progress, huh? Okay. I will show you. So I finished this. This was on my Tuesday video. Now I'm making the orange one. So this is as far as I've gotten. I'm almost halfway, but I have to look at the cat's picture again. I like the way the striping's coming out. I just have to see if he has this white stripe right across here, different than the gray kitty that had the 2 stripes. It's also just on one side and it kind of like drifts. So I have to look and see if the kitty's got a white chin, because I don't remember. The kitty has a white belly and swirls, like literal swirls instead of stripes. So I'm going to play with my counts. I should be able to, the way I'm carrying the yarn, I should be able to make it look like I want it to look. But I'm happy with how it's looking. It's very clearly a nice striping. So that's my whip that I'm actually currently working on, because this is a commission. And then after this, well, no, that's a replacement for me, but I'm doing some other stuff with that. So somebody purchased my pink and white F-bomb. The person who purchased right up there, right there next to the pumpkin. I don't know what that string is hanging down. Oh, that's from my hat because I didn't weave in those ends. So right there next to the pumpkin, that blue thing is a cat toy pumpkin. It's, well, a teal color, I guess, really. Behind it is another one. So she ordered 2 cat toy pumpkins. This is actually for one of her friends. Her friend is purchasing them. So it'll all go in one package out to Florida. Okay. So that's whip number 1. Currently literally working on it minutes before I started this. But I figured I'm going to actually sort of get to bed at a decent hour for a change, because I haven't been doing that. Okay, the other whip you all are very aware of. And I really, really, really case you were wondering, before I came on, I knocked about 3 things off my desk. And now I just knocked my phone down. Oh, that might. Okay, that's paused, so we're good. Okay. All right, the thing I want to work on is this. Because, there, that way. It's so beautiful, and I want to finish it. And I'm way more than halfway through. And I'm through actually a lot of the hard stuff. As these rows are getting shorter, I'm having fewer color changes, fewer bobbins attached. That's what we got going on there. Anyway, so there's Asia. There's the random, I say random, all the islands, which I really should represent a lot more islands here, but it is what it is. On my own, I will. There's Australia, New Zealand, Madagascar, which I discovered was bigger than New Zealand, which I think is crazy because in my brain that doesn't make any sense. But Africa is complete. This is the Mediterranean. It is complete. South America is almost done. I think it's got 2 more rows. And then there's Antarctica. And then a beautiful lemon meringue sun around the heart. You can definitely tell it's a heart. This might have 1 more row on it since the last time you all saw it. So those are the whips you know about. Well, I mean, you knew about. So that one is not languishing. I want to be working on that one, but I've had some other things I had to do. I had to do that sports blanket. I had to make the letters. I wanted to finish this because I was so mad at it when I had to frog it. So this is finished. But anyway. And here's the whip that none of you have seen because it's been in timeout since at least last April. Okay. It looks done, right? Let me show you. It's very cute. I showed it to my daughter and she said, "Oh, can you make about 3 more rows of that?" Oh, they do not look, they are a perfect lavender color. I got better at it as I was doing them. She wants it much bigger. These are eucalyptus leaves. That's the pattern. Do I have patterns for all this stuff I've shown you? Well, not my map yet. Yes, I will find the patterns for this. Like I said, I was crocheting a lot tighter there. So I need to make more. So I went ahead and bought some macrame stuff, thinking, oh, I won't have to make leaves. You guys will think this is hilarious. Yeah. These leaves are not going to work, right? And they're all tangled up. I'm going to have to spend some time with this, getting it undone. Okay, now this is a joke, just so you know. My Decade Divas is done. Just kidding. I bought this. And my Decade Divas is not even close to this. All right, I don't even know. How does this hang? How does it hang? Just kidding. Okay, it definitely hangs there. So yeah, do these go together? No. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to do exactly. I haven't figured that out yet. I think most of the leaves are going to come off. And then I'm going to put bigger lavenders on there. This pattern is with no wire in them, so that's why they're floppy. Yeah. I mean, this looked perfect. You know, usually I bought this, like I said, over a year ago. Or, yeah, was from Temu. And you know how usually when you get stuff from Temu, you're like, oh, that's not nearly as big as I thought it'd be. This is the opposite. These are way too big. So, this, and this has been in timeout a long time. Look, I have the yarn. I have the yarn. I have multiple balls of this. I know it looks blue on the screen. I swear it's a very lavender color. It's, I think it's these lights right here. I'm so sorry. All right. So, yeah, it's going to remain in timeout because I have other priorities. So, I think what I'm going to do, this is long enough for today. I'll still do my Throwback Thursday. It will be yet another first thing that I ever made. First thing I ever crocheted. It's in that order. Like last week was the plastic bag or the plarn. This week is another newbie on Thursday. So Friday, I think I might go through all my heavy creams, which are frankly getting out of control. I call them that. I call them heavy creams. Crafting Kitty used heavy creams today, and I was like so glad she used it. She said she liked it, and could she steal it? And I said yes, because I made a comment about, oh, I call those heavy creams. And she like, oh, I like that, because then it's all organized together, and they have a name, but they're not whipped yet, so they're not a work in progress yet. Because I have a feeling what Chuck really wanted to know was what are all my projects over there. Plus, in addition to all my heavy creams, I have 3 projects that aren't even in the heavy creams. I believe I have all the yarn. Once I do a yarn swap with Helix, I'll link her. I'll tag her below too. Try to tag everybody. But yes, by the way, totally kidding about that. It has nothing to do with my Decade Divas. I was just saying it because it's macrame and I thought it was funny. Not my Decade Divas. But yeah, so I'm happy with how this is starting. This is going better than the first time I was doing this guy. I don't know how detailed you could see. See, I made some that are like spots because this kitty had some spots and some stripes on its back. And this kitty, the orange kitty, white belly, white paws, except one of its paws. So I got to probably do, would that be like a third? So like the pad part, like this part on his back feet is orange, and then the front part is white, and then the leg is white. So that's easy enough. That's easy enough for me to color control for it. These swirly orange stripes, I don't think I've ever seen a cat with that coloring. It is so unique. It's so pretty though. Like I've seen a million orange tabbies, but I've never seen like a full swirl like that. It's so cool, but we'll see how I can emulate that. And that's my phone and its contribution for the evening. All right. Additionally, thank you for subscribing because I'm over 500 now, which is mind blowing. I still need some watch hours or whatever for super chats, but I'm really happy with my slow and steady, well, not slow, but medium rate growth. It's feels comfortable for me. Like super fast growth would have really been harder for me to like plan for. I do have some plans. Once I get my watch hours, I think I will do. I have a couple ideas for giveaway. It'll be makes, but some of you already have some happy mail coming your way. I haven't mailed it yet, but I've got it set aside because you've been so helpful to me. So All my boucle. Well, maybe not all of it, but pretty darn close to all my boucle is going to Linda Snyder because she likes it. So if she likes it, then it'll get used, which if it stays in my yarn stash, it's not getting used. So I'm not sure when I'll get that sent out, probably in June. But yeah, so there will be some Happy Meal like that going out. Like I said, I'm doing a yarn swap with Helix. I'll tag them down there. And Crafting Kitty, like I said, I'm super excited that she used the heavy creams because it's such a good description of what those are. Have all the yarn grouped together, ready to go, just hasn't been whipped up. So, all right, that's my whips. Really technically 2 that I'm working on and 1 that's going to continue being in timeout until I get some other projects done that are more of a priority. In an ideal world, I would have that done in July when my daughter and son-in-law, that's my youngest daughter. Well, yeah, my youngest bio daughter. I'm so sorry. Um, they're moving to an apartment that's closer to both of their work. So, tried so hard. Hopefully that wasn't too contagious. All right. So, when in timeout, it's going to stay there. Maybe I'll get it done this July. Maybe I'll get it done by Christmas. Maybe I'll get it done by their anniversary next year, which is April. That's probably the most likely, to be honest. All right. My mat blanket, I really want done. As soon as I get this commission one done, the mat blanket's getting done. I think I can get it done in a couple days, couple hours. No, not a couple hours. It's probably 4 hours more work is my estimate. I should time that. I will. I'll time that from where it's at right now today on May 20th of 2025, which I know you're not seeing this till the 21st, but and once I'll actually use my phone and do a timer and stop it and start it again when I'm actually working on it. So we'll see. We'll see how much more work I had on it because it's killing me that it's not done because I freaking love it. So there's the whip I'm actually working on. And then you got to see the mat blanket again. And these stripes are fun, right? They even actually look better on screen than maybe in person. So this is like the top part of the head. So the ears will go like here, here, give or take. Did I put that on the correct side? Yes, I did. Making sure. Have to look at that picture. Anyway, I tried to say goodbye before, and at least 2 goodbyes. That's how I operate. Just for fun, because it's funny. If you know the story, if you know, you know. Can I get an amen? And thanks for coming in. See you all later.